I'm sitting in a sterile conference room, staring at Warren's perfectly knotted tie. The fluorescent lights hum above us. "We're right-sizing the department," he says, not looking at me. His eyes stay locked on the papers in front of him. "It's not personal, Maya, we're just cutting costs. Your role is redundant." He slides a manila folder across the table. I open it. The severance package is insultingly small, 2 weeks for 15 years of work. My hands don't shake. I don't cry. I just stare at the numbers, feeling something cold settle in my chest. "Redundant," I repeat quietly. Warren nods, already standing. "HR will walk you through the details. We appreciate everything you've done." His tone is rehearsed, robotic. He checks his watch like he's already late for something more important. I close the folder. My mind is already 3 steps ahead, calculating. Warren has no idea what he just did. None of them do. I've spent 15 years building something they think they own. But they're about to learn a very expensive lesson about what redundant really means. Warren walks me back to my desk to gather my things. That's when I see her. Chloe sits at the desk next to mine, laughing with someone from HR. She's 22, maybe 23, wearing trendy glasses and a bright smile. "Maya, meet Chloe," Warren says cheerfully. "She's our new social media intern. Well, not just social media anymore." He pats her shoulder. "Chloe's going to be helping us modernize our systems." Chloe waves at me. "Hi, I've heard so much about you." My stomach twists. This girl, this kid fresh out of college, is my replacement. She probably makes half what I did, maybe less. Warren's cost-cutting suddenly makes perfect sense. I force a smile. "Nice to meet you." Warren grins like he's solved a puzzle. "Chloe here is a digital native. She'll pick things up fast." He doesn't see the irony. He doesn't see anything beyond the salary he's saving. I pack my box in silence while Chloe watches, curious and clueless. "Oh, one more thing," Warren says as I'm tapping up my box. "Before you go, drop your system passwords with Chloe. And Maya," he leans against my desk, "try to make your notes simple. She's new to this." Simple. 15 years of architecture, reduced to simple notes. Chloe pulls out a fresh notebook, pen ready. "I'm a really fast learner," she assures me. I write down the basic login credentials, nothing critical. The real system, the heart of everything they do, requires knowledge they don't even know exists. I hand her the paper. "Good luck," I say. Warren walks me to the elevator. "Nothing personal, Maya, just business." The doors close on his smug face. I stand alone in the descending elevator, my box balanced on my hip. The anger hasn't hit yet, just cold, crystalline clarity. Warren thinks he's won, he thinks he's saved money. He has no idea that the system keeping his company alive isn't some software they licensed. It's mine. Every line, every function, built in late nights and weekends, undocumented, unbreakable, and entirely dependent on me. I sit in my car for 20 minutes, the box on my passenger seat. The parking lot is emptying out. People heading home, oblivious. My phone buzzes with a text from Anthony, my old desk neighbor. "What just happened? Are you okay?" I don't answer, not yet. Instead, I start the engine and drive home in silence. The shock is wearing off now, replaced by something sharper. Warren made a fatal mistake today. He assumed I was just another salaried worker, replaceable and forgettable. But I'm not. At every red light, I replay the meeting. His condescending tone, Chloe's eager smile, the way he called me redundant like I was an old stapler. By the time I pull into my driveway, the hurt has transformed into something else entirely. Resolve. Warren wanted to cut costs. Fine, let him see what that really costs. I grab my box and walk inside. My home office is waiting, so is Project Ouroboros. I drop the box on my couch and head straight to my office. My personal server hums quietly in the corner. I log in and open a project file I named years ago, Ouroboros. It's beautiful. 15 years of work distilled into a custom-built logistics and client management system. It handles everything: inventory tracking, automated billing, client communications, order processing. The company runs on it. Every single transaction flows through it. Warren thinks it's some expensive third-party software they're licensing. He has no idea I built it from scratch, in my own time, using my own resources. It was my baby, my masterpiece. And it's intentionally, brilliantly undocumented. There are no manuals, no tutorials, no help files. The interface is intuitive if you understand the architecture, impossible if you don't. I smile, scrolling through lines of code only I understand. Warren called me redundant. Let's see how redundant I am when Chloe tries to modernize this. 4 days later, my phone buzzes. It's Anthony. Hey, weird question. Chloe can't figure out how to run the weekly client reports. She says the interface is confusing. Can you help? I stare at the message. It took 4 days, faster than I expected. I type back. I no longer work there, Anthony, sorry. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Yeah, I know, but she's really struggling. Warren's getting annoyed. Good. I can't help. I was let go, remember. Anthony sends a string of frustrated emojis. I silence my phone and go back to updating my resume. By evening, I have 3 interviews lined up with competitors. One of them is the company's biggest rival. My phone keeps buzzing. More messages from Anthony, then from other coworkers. Everyone's confused. The simple system isn't so simple after all. I don't respond to any of them. Warren wanted to cut me out. He's about to learn what that really means. 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in a glass-walled office, signing an employment contract. The company is called Vanguard Solutions, my old company's biggest competitor. They're offering me a 40% raise and a director title. We're thrilled to have you, Maya, the hearing manager says. Your reputation speaks for itself. I smile. Reputation. That's what 15 years builds, not the salary Warren thought he could slash. Vanguard's CEO shakes my hand. We've been trying to poach you for years. Glad it finally worked out. I don't mention that I didn't leave by choice. That's irrelevant now. What matters is that I'm here, and Warren's company is about to feel the consequences. By the end of my first day, I've already identified 3 major clients who are unhappy with Warren's company. I make notes. Vanguard's VP of Sales sees me writing and grins. You're already thinking strategically. I like it. I close my notebook, just doing my job. But it's more than that. It's retribution, one client at a time. My phone explodes with texts from Anthony. Maya, the billing portal is down. Chloe was trying to optimize the code, and now none of our clients can pay their invoices. Warren is losing his mind. This is bad. I read the message twice. Chloe tried to optimize my code. The audacity, the ignorance. I text back, that's unfortunate. Anthony calls me immediately. Maya, please, I know you don't work here anymore, but we're drowning. Can you just tell us how to fix it? I can't, Anthony. I don't have access anymore. And even if I did, I'm not legally allowed to work on their systems. Warren's threatening to fire people if this doesn't get fixed. I pause. That sounds like a Warren problem. Anthony sighs. You're really not going to help. I was called redundant, Anthony. Remember. He hangs up. I feel a tiny pang of guilt for my old coworkers, but only tiny. They watched me get walked out. None of them said a word. That evening, an email arrives. It's from Warren's personal account, not the company one. Maya, I hear there's been a hiccup with the system. I'm willing to offer you a temporary consulting contract, $1,000, to come in and train Chloe properly. Let me know. I read it 3 times. A hiccup, $1,000, to fix the system that runs his entire company. I forward the email to my lawyer with a single line. Thoughts? She calls me an hour later, laughing. Is he serious? Apparently. Let me handle this. The next morning, Warren receives a formal response from my attorney. Ms. Reed is not interested in consulting. Any further contact will be considered harassment. Furthermore, we will require documentation proving your company is no longer illegally using her proprietary intellectual property, specifically Project or Roboros. Anthony texts me, Warren just threw his phone across the room. I smile. Anthony calls me that afternoon, breathless. Maya, what is Project Ouroboros? Warren's in a meeting with legal. He's screaming intellectual what? At everyone. They're tearing apart contracts. What did you do? I lean back in my new office chair at Vanguard. I didn't do anything, Anthony. I built a system on my own time with my own resources. They assumed it was theirs. That's not my problem. Wait, you're saying the entire system. You own it. I'm saying they never bothered to check. There's a long silence. Holy shit, Maya. Tell Warren he can purchase a license if he wants. I'm open to negotiations. Anthony laughs, then stops. Wait, you're serious? Very. He hangs up. 10 minutes later, my lawyer calls. Warren's legal team just reached out. They want to meet. Let them sweat a little longer, I say. You're enjoying this. Wouldn't you? She laughs. Hell yes. Chloe, bless her oblivious heart, posts on LinkedIn. The notification pops up on my phone. 5 ways millennials are disrupting outdated workplace systems. I click on it. She's written an entire article about untangling legacy code and modernizing old infrastructure. There's even a paragraph about how older employees resist change. The comments section is brutal. Angry clients flood the post. Is this why our invoices haven't processed in 2 weeks? Your disruption just cost us thousands in late fees. Maybe learn how the system works before you modernize it. Chloe deletes the post within an hour, but screenshots are already circulating. Anthony sends me one with a single word. Yikes. I don't respond. Chloe dug her own grave. I just handed her the shovel. By evening, Warren's company has lost 2 major clients. Both of them cite system unreliability in their termination emails. My phone rings. It's Vanguard's VP of Sales. Maya, you're not going to believe this. 2 clients just reached out to us, the VP says. They're leaving your old company. They want to know if we can handle their volume. I smile. We can. They specifically asked for you, said they'd heard you were here now. One of them is Patterson Industries, Warren's biggest account. I worked with them for 10 years, built custom features into Ouroboros just for them. They trusted me. Set up a call, I say. I'll handle it personally. The call happens the next morning. Patterson's CEO doesn't waste time. Maya, what the hell is going on over there? Our entire order system has been down for a week. We can't afford this. I understand your frustration, I say calmly. I'm no longer with that company, but I'd love to discuss how Vanguard can support you moving forward. By the end of the call, Patterson Industries has signed a contract with Vanguard. We'll migrate their entire account within 30 days. Warren's company just lost $20 million in annual revenue. Anthony texts me, "Did you just steal Patterson?" I reply, "They came to me." Back when I built Ouroboros, I knew this moment might come, so I included a failsafe, a dead man's switch. Every quarter, the system requires high-level admin verification. It's a simple check. I log in, enter a master key, and confirm the system is secure and authorized. If I don't do this by the 1st of the month, the system assumes it's been breached or abandoned. It won't delete the data. That would be illegal. Instead, it encrypts everything with military-grade AES-256 encryption. Every file, every database, every client record, all of it becomes inaccessible without the decryption key. The key only I have. I built this feature to protect my work from corporate theft. Ironically, it's about to protect me from Warren. I check my calendar. Today is the 28th. The deadline is in 3 days. I pour myself a glass of wine and wait. The 1st of the month arrives. I'm at my new desk at Vanguard, sipping coffee and reviewing client reports. My phone calendar reminder pops up. Ouroboros Archive Day. I glance at the time. It's 9:00 a.m. The system's automated archive function will trigger at midnight tonight if I don't verify. I take another sip of coffee. I'm not going to verify. The day passes normally. I attend meetings, answer emails, review proposals. My phone buzzes occasionally with texts from Anthony, but I ignore them. By evening, I've nearly forgotten about the deadline. Nearly. At 11:58 p.m., I'm lying in bed, phone in hand. I open the server app and watch the countdown timer. 2 minutes left. At midnight, the screen blinks. Archive initiated, encryption complete. I set my phone down and go to sleep. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. I wake up to 17 missed calls and 36 text messages. Most are from Anthony. A few are from other ex-coworkers. One is from a number I don't recognize. I open Anthony's messages first. Maya. Maya. Everything is red. Call me now. The last message is a photo. It's his computer screen. Every file, every client record, every order gone. Replaced with a single message. OUROBOROS archive key required. I stare at the photo, my heart pounding with something that feels suspiciously like satisfaction. Anthony calls again. I answer. What did you do? He shouts. Nothing, I say calmly. The system archived itself. It's a security feature. A security feature. Maya, the entire company is frozen. We can't access anything. That sounds like a problem. Can you fix it? No. What do you mean, no? I mean I no longer work there, Anthony. It's not my problem. He sputters. But you built this, you have to. I don't have to do anything. Goodbye, Anthony. I hang up. My phone immediately rings again. I silence it. Warren hires a data recovery specialist. Then another. Then a whole team. According to Anthony, they've spent over $50,000 in 3 days. Every single specialist comes to the same conclusion. The encryption is military grade. Without the decryption key, the data is inaccessible. Permanently. They're saying it's impossible to crack, Anthony texts. Maya, please, people are getting fired. Warren's losing it. I feel a tiny flicker of guilt. Then I remember Warren's face in that conference room. Your role is redundant. The guilt vanishes. Vanguard's CEO stops by my office. I heard your old company is having a meltdown. I glance up from my laptop. So I've heard. Any idea what happened? System failure, I say. These things happen when you cut corners. He nods slowly. Their loss is our gain. We just signed 3 more of their clients this morning. I smile, happy to help. By the end of the week, Warren's company is forced to issue a press release. I read it on my phone during lunch. We are experiencing a temporary data recovery issue. We are working with top specialists to resolve this as quickly as possible. We apologize for any inconvenience. The stock price drops 12% in an hour. Clients are furious. Industry blogs pick up the story. One headline reads, "What happens when you fire the wrong person?" Chloe, predictably, becomes the scapegoat. She posts on Instagram, crying, "I'm being blamed for this, and it's not my fault. The system was just too old and broken." She's fired by the end of the day. Anthony texts me, "Chloe's gone. Warren's blaming everyone but himself." I don't reply. Chloe was collateral damage. I almost feel bad for her. Almost. But she was the cheaper replacement. The digital native who was supposed to make me obsolete. Now she's just another cautionary tale. 3 weeks after the system locked, my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Hello. Maya, this is Howard Chen. I'm the CEO. I sit up straight. The actual CEO, not Warren, the man at the very top. Mr. Chen, I say carefully. I'll get straight to the point. We made a mistake. Warren has been terminated. So has most of his team. I'm calling to ask, no, to beg for your help. Please, just name your price. We need that decryption key. I let the silence stretch. The key. Yes, whatever you want, we'll pay it. I take a breath. Mr. Chen, I appreciate the call, but there's a problem. What problem? The system was designed to back up to a secure off-site server. Didn't Warren tell you about the server he decommissioned last month? To cut costs. There's a long, horrified silence. Hey, what? The backups are gone, Mr. Chen. Even if I gave you the key, there's nothing left to decrypt. The line goes dead. Howard Chen hangs up without another word. I sit back in my chair, staring at my phone. It's not entirely true, there are backups, but they're on my personal server, and I'm under no legal obligation to hand them over. Warren's cost-cutting didn't just destroy the system, it destroyed the safety net. By evening, the news breaks. Tech company in freefall after catastrophic data loss. Vanguard's CEO sends me a bottle of champagne with a note. You're a legend. I don't drink it, not yet, this isn't over. 2 days later, I'm at Vanguard when the receptionist buzzes me. Maya, there's a man here to see you. He says his name is Warren. My stomach tightens. Tell him I'm busy. He's crying. I close my laptop. I'll be right down. Warren stands in the lobby, looking like he hasn't slept in days. His suit is wrinkled. His tie is gone. He's holding a coffee cup with shaking hands. Maya, he says when he sees me. Please, I'll do anything. My house is on the line, my family. You should have thought of that before you called me redundant, I say quietly. His face crumples. I made a mistake, I'm sorry. Please, just give me the key. I'll pay you whatever you want. I look at him, really look at him. He's broken, desperate. I can't help you, Warren. I have to get back to work. We just signed 3 more of your biggest clients. I turn and walk away. He doesn't follow. 6 months later, Warren's company is sold for parts. The employees scatter. Anthony lands at a smaller firm. Chloe's LinkedIn says she's taking time off to focus on personal growth. I'm in a Vanguard boardroom, presenting my new system to the executive team. I call it Project Phoenix. It's faster, smarter, and more secure than Ouroboros ever was. It's also 100% mine, protected by ironclad contracts and patents. The board applauds. Vanguard's CEO shakes my hand. This is going to change everything. That afternoon, I get a bonus notification. It's more than Warren's entire yearly salary. I finally open that bottle of champagne. I run into Anthony at a coffee shop a few weeks later. He looks tired, but better than he did. Maya, he says awkwardly. Hey. Hey. We sit down, he fidgets with his cup. I wanted to say, I'm sorry for not standing up for you when Warren fired you. I nod, thanks. For what it's worth, we all knew it was wrong. We were just scared. I know. He looks at me. Did you plan all of this? I smile. I protected my work, Anthony, that's all. He laughs. You're terrifying, you know that. So I've been told. We finish our coffee. As we leave, he says, you know, I'm glad you landed on your feet. Me too. A year later, I'm giving a keynote speech at a tech conference. The title of my talk, Building Systems That Last, Protecting Your Work in a Disposable Economy. The room is packed. I talk about intellectual property, about valuing expertise, about the dangers of cost-cutting over competence. I don't name Warren. I don't need to. Everyone in the industry knows the story. After the talk, a young woman approaches me. She's nervous. Hi, I'm Chloe. I freeze. She takes a breath. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't understand what I was doing. I was in over my head and I made everything worse. You didn't deserve what happened. I study her face. She's sincere. Thank you, I say. She nods and walks away. I watch her go. Feeling something unexpected. Forgiveness. 2 years later, Vanguard is the industry leader. Project Phoenix is running in over 200 companies worldwide. I've been promoted to VP of Engineering. I'm in my corner office, reviewing quarterly reports, when my assistant buzzes me. Maya, there's a call for you. It's Howard Chen. I pick up, Mr. Chen. Maya, I wanted to call personally. We've just finished liquidating the last assets. I wanted to thank you. I frown. Thank me. For not suing us. You had every right to. You could have destroyed us even faster. But you didn't. I lean back in my chair. I didn't need to, Mr. Chen. You destroyed yourselves. He's quiet, then. You're right, we did. Take care, Maya. He hangs up. I set the phone down and look out my window at the city below. I think about Warren, about Chloe, about that conference room where it all started. They called me redundant. They tried to erase 15 years of work with a severance check and a box. But here I am, thriving, respected, free. I'm home now, sitting in my office with a glass of wine. My personal server hums quietly in the corner. I open the old Ouroboros file one last time. It's still there, frozen in time, a monument to what I built and what they tried to take. I could delete it, let it go. But I don't. Instead, I create a new folder. I name it Phoenix Rising. Inside, I start drafting plans for the next evolution. Something bigger, something better. My phone buzzes. It's a message from Vanguard's CEO. Board meeting next week. Big news, be ready. I smile. They thought I was redundant. They thought I was replaceable. They thought firing me would save them money. They were wrong. And now, the whole industry knows it. I close my laptop and take a sip of wine. Tomorrow, I'll keep building, keep innovating, keep proving that experience, expertise, and loyalty matter. But tonight, I'm just Maya, the woman who refused to be erased. And I'm just getting started.